In this video, I'd like to continue our discussion from the previous videos. Okay, starting with the slide number 7, we are using a POA to do 0.6 millimeter nozzle, and then let me write it down over here. That would be 0.6 millimeter nozzle, 15% fill rate, infill. Okay, and then the last one is 0.35 millimeter speed, layer height. Okay, and we have those 4 steps. Bear that in mind. 1, 2, 3, 4. The first one is setup. The second one is actual print, cleanup. Okay, and the last one is packaging. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what we are looking at over here. Okay. Station 1, Station 2, Station 3, Station 4. Station 2 appear to be the bottleneck. Okay, so I want to do some clustering and see what I can do with the situation like this. So 86 over here, okay, that is equal to 10 plus 76. I'm cluster that together. And then cluster the last 2 together. That will be 5 plus 5. 10 minutes. Alright? So think about this. Let's start with, that's 1 printer. What if I'm doing 9 printer? Okay. 86 minutes, 10 plus 76. So in a sense, I can round it off pretty much like a 90 minutes cycle. And every 1.5 hours, I have a printer ready. Okay, so use that to do a quick estimation. But when I start doing the actual assigning, that'll be a little bit different. This is for 1 part. Every time I only print 1 part, and this is for the situation I'm printing 3 parts. The actual minute is 231. That is 10 plus 221. But I round it off as 240 to give me a good idea, because I don't want to do like a back-to-back print. That's going to create a lot of wear and tear for your printer, and your operator will be exhausted. Okay, so the round off is lower the utilization rate, okay, to extend machine lifespan. Okay, also the manpower have a mental break. That would be more productive actually. So in the actual production line, we are not looking at 100% utilization. 85, 80, 85, or at most 90% is ideal. Okay, so let's think about it. If it's 90 minutes cycle, that means what? For the same printer, after I set up the other A, and including itself is 9. Okay, for the 90 minutes, in a sense, I can have 9 printers set up, and the next print, the first printer start to print again. Let me say that again. I have 9 printer layout over here. 9 printer. Okay, and I'm using the time like 8 o'clock, 8:10, 8:20, 8:30, 8:40, 8:50. all the way to 9:20. Okay, this is actually 9:30. Okay, so 9:20 means what? Another 10 minutes block, starting from 9:20 to 9:30. And that's the reason why you're looking at 9:30, the first printer is ready for the next print for you to set it up. Okay, so I have for the first printer, okay, I have a 90 minutes block. That including what? That including the setup plus the print. Okay, so over here is setup plus print. That's 86 minutes. So my 90 minutes block is good enough. So I can do it all the way down here. Okay, when I set up the ninth printer, I'm at 9:20. And my next printer is getting ready, right? So the setup over here, including remove the previous print. So you don't have to worry about, oh, I have not finished printing. You have not removed the print. Actually, that's part of the setup. Okay. So if that's at the beginning of the day, let's think about at the end of the day. At 2 o'clock. Okay, and why do I know it's starting at 2 o'clock? It's 2 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock, 9:30, 90 minutes break, 9:30 to 10. Okay, 9:30 to 10 to 11 o'clock. So 8 to 9:30, 9:30. Let me write down 8 to 9:30, 9:30 to 11, 11 to 12:30, 12:30 to 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock to 3:30, 3:30 to 5 o'clock. Okay, so what are we looking at? We are looking at a 6 iteration. That means I can set up the same printer. The same printer, okay, print 6 times a day per day. Okay, this is critical, and that's what I'm trying to show you over here. Look at this one, the 5th cycle, 2, okay, and for 3 o'clock, I start the last cycle, okay, and then you might wondering, okay, the 9th printer will be set up at almost 5 o'clock. What are you going to do with that? For these printers, okay, remember it's set it and forget it, so we just walk away. We assume you will print without any issue. Okay, remember we are doing the planning. In reality, 3D printer may have some glitches from time to time due to the filament issues. Okay, but now we are assuming it's printing without any issues. So the 9th printer, set it up, okay, and it will print. But the manpower, just go home. F5. Am I making sense? So for the first printer, it might finish the printing at 5 o'clock. But for the last few printer, they might not finish when the employees or the operator trying to go home. Okay, but we are assuming, okay, that's doable, so we just let that operator go home. So in a sense, when we do the calculation, okay, you can see 6 times a day for 9 printers. 6 times a day, 9 printers. So we can actually have 54 parts a day for a single person 9 printer. Okay, 54 parts a day. one person plus 9 printer. Now, remember we have the cleanup as well, right? And each one of them would take 5 plus 5 is 10 minutes. So the second person would have 10 minutes cycle. 5 plus 5. Okay. It would, because it's 10 minutes, so it would have 6 finished package per hour. After 8 hours, it would 48 package. If it's after 9 hours, means no break in betweens. Okay. And we might be able to get 54 parts or 54 packs per day. In a sense, what are we looking at? We can print 54 parts, the backpack hook, and we can also pack it all together when we have the second person responsible for the clean up the parts and put that into a bag. Okay. And why am I putting the 9 hours over there? It doesn't seem to be very kind. But think about that learning curve things. Okay, at the beginning may be very slow. So the 5 minutes estimation cleanup and the 5 minutes packaging, that is based on, okay, at the beginning of the day, you might be still trying to get your muscle memory back. But at the end of the day, you pretty much can catch up very easily. And now you will say, okay, how about the rest of them? There are a few printers are still printing. How can you get 54? That will be from the previous day. You have 54 output, so you would do that in a single day, the same day. So whatever I produce in the 54 over here, I would just wait until the next day. Just thinking that way. It is a continuous process. So for 5 days, 5 business days a week, we can either produce 240, which is 48 times 5, or 54 times 5, that would be 270 package. That's when we trying to print, okay, 1 part per time with 9 printer, 2 people. One is the printer operator, the other one is the one doing the assembly and clean up and put it into the package. All right. So that's for POA. Okay, 1 part per time, 1 part each time. I hope that makes sense. I'm creating this one for you to understand what's going on. Okay, let's take a look at the next page. Now, this part is the POA one, okay, 0.6 millimeters and 50% infills still. Now we are printing 3 parts per print. Okay, so it will take me 221 minutes. But I can have a 10-minute setup still. Okay, by doing that, I put it together, and before I can do estimation, I put it together, round it off 240. Why 240? Because it's 60 times 4 hours. I hope that numbers start making sense to you. Okay, and that would be 4 hours, and after 4 hours, I will have 3 parts. That's 1 single printer. So again, this is the bottleneck, right? Bottleneck. So I need to employ multiple printers, but how many? 240 minutes. That means what? If each setup is 10 minutes, okay, I can have 24 printers. 24 setup total. See that? That's 24 divided by 10 because each setup is 10 minutes. 24 setup before the first printer ready to print again. All right. And what? So if I can do this, okay, and each day, let's take a close look at what's going on over here. Each day, where's that 54 coming from? Okay, you may be wondering what's going on over here. That will be what? When you look at the schedule itself, okay, from A to 12, okay, and then 12 to 4, okay, and then 4 to 5. Assuming this is 24, and this is 6, because it would take 10 minutes. That's what we are showing over here. This is setup. Okay, 6 printers per hour, and we have a 9 hours period. All right, I know it's 8 to 5 should be 8 hours work times, but I'm just doing all the calculation because set it up is again, it's the learning curve. I can put it into extreme case. So this is what we are looking at. Okay, 54 setup, 9 hours. Each hours have 6 setup. Okay, 6 setup times 9 hours. That's 54. And each printer have 3 prints. Or 3 parts. Sorry, 3 parts. So we come out with 162 parts. Now, it's a single person can do this. Okay, it's, of course, we are driving that operator nuts because we ask him or her to work for 9 hours straight. Okay, but with 162 parts, how many people we need in order to do cleanup and put that into package? That is in this way. Still 10 minutes, 5 plus 5 cycle. What I show you over here is 15. That means what? 3 parts, right? Clean up 3 parts, package 3 parts. Okay. In a sense, if I combine those together, it's still 5 plus 5. Clean up and package. 6 package per hour times 9. Okay. For individual person, if they work for 9 hours, it's 54 package a day. So the total number divided by a person's output, a single person's output, so we need 3 people. In order to create 160 packs a day, we need 4 people, including 1 printer operator and 3 assembler, put in that way. That might not be a bad idea if you really have that many people to help you. But in a small business, usually it's not the case. Besides of that, 24 printer, that's a lot of printer. That's very expensive. The Prusa i3, okay, that is about $700. Okay, times 24. Your initial cost to run the operation is going to be very high. Okay, so that's not really feasible. Okay, so we want to do something else. How about use less printer? Printer farm, maybe not that many printer, but we have 12, for example. Still 240 cycle time. Okay, but now we have 12 printer only, so I only need to run 12 setup. That's 120 minutes. Okay, and each setup I can have 36 parts total. That is 12 printers times 3 parts per printer. Now, remember 240 minutes? I only use half of the time. Okay? Half of the time, then the other half of the time is going to be used to clean up. But for that 2 hours period, I can only clean up 12 package. To create 12 package. I produced 36 parts, but I only can clean up 12 of them. So actually the later 2 stages become the bottleneck. That's what I mean over here. So 12 printer is not really a good idea for a single person to run. But that single person is not just the operator. He's doing both, he or she is doing the operator for print and clean up. Alright, how about I put 6 printer? One person take care of 6 printer. So only need 6 setup, right? And 6 printer come out with 18 parts. Here's the magic. 6 packs per hour, that's a cleanup and the package, times 3 hours left, because 24 minutes only use 1/4 of that. 3 hours left, I actually can have all 18 packs clean up. So produce 18 parts, create 18 packs. It's a balance operation. So there's no bottleneck. Okay. I can have a second person take care of the other 6 printer. And throughout the whole day, I can have 36 package. Okay, instead of 162 package, use 4 people. I can have 2 people, okay, produce what? Produce 36 pack instead. I only use 12 printers because 6 plus 6. This one is only one individual who have bottleneck, okay? But if you bring in the other one doing the cleanup, you might be able to do it. But again, your printing process become bottleneck. Why is that so critical? Why do I prefer this one? Okay, when you look at this one, you will see what's going on. For the printer, 240 minutes, right? For the first hours, okay, I can set up for the first hour I can set up 6 printer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From 8 to 8:30, 3 printer. 8:30 to 9, 3 printer. And then for the rest of the 4-hour period, or 24 minutes, okay, minus the 60 minutes, that's 180 minutes, I can do cleanup and package. Okay, and then at 12 o'clock, I set it up again, clean up and package. At the end of the day, these printers, okay, can start taking breaks. And this printer taking break also as well. I have only 90%, less than 90% utilization rate. Besides all that, okay, my operator can also have break because they only need 180 times 2 hours, 180 times 2 minutes, okay, 3 hours, they only do the cleanup and then package like 6 hours. So the operator also have a good break. So that's what we are looking at over here. We can push, move this one over here, move the break to the middle, okay, lunch break, okay, and then it become more reasonable. Okay, I only need 2 people. We can create 360 package per week. Nope. 12 times 2. Oh, that's not right. This is not right. But at least I can have 180. Okay. It is not as efficient as the first one. Okay. But I only have half of labor. So you want to consider the other costs. I'm not saying the first one is it's not as good as the second one. Okay. This one is only showing you a balanced production line. Okay, that's what I'm trying to address over here. A balanced production line. If you take a look at the output, 180 pack per week versus what you have over here, 240 pack. Okay, but this is 9 printer. Okay, over here we have 12 printer. The biggest difference is really what you are doing over here for the first scenarios over here, 1 parts per print, is you are pushing the operator and the printer to be very exhausted. They cannot, they have too high the utilization rate, almost 100%. Okay, over here they can actually have a lunch break. All right, and so if I want to have pay attention to my business operation, I would choose the second one. I hope this makes sense. And down here is ABS, similar to what you see over here. Okay, and for the one single parts, okay, you have a much bigger cycle time. Okay, and that's how I assigned that. But the biggest difference is when you printing this one. Okay, I still have the same setup. Okay, starting from 30 printer, because now the cycle time is 300 minutes. 30 printer. Okay, and I need 4 people to operate this whole things. Still 162 parts or 162 pack. The reason why is that the printer keep printing. Okay, 5 hours period. Okay, and then this is another 5 hours. So people may go home and they are not creating that. Okay, and when you do the calculation of clean up and pack, however, okay, you are using the actual time, 6 plus 6. Every hours you have 6 packs produced times 9 hours, and 9 times 3 people. So you can fulfill the whole 162 pack. Okay, but what if I have limitation? I don't have that many people, or I don't want to hire that many people. I don't have 30 printer to play with. Now I can bring it down to the earth, more realistic. Okay, you are looking at 12 printer. I'm trying to figure out, okay, if I have a bottleneck, I have 36 parts printed and I can only do 18 packs. Okay, for a single person. 6 printer, okay, 18 parts prints, but I can put 24 packs together. But so in a sense, there's still some time I'm waiting. So I go back and try 9 printers. Now the assembly part become a bottleneck again. So that made me very curious. What happened? So I revisit the 6 printer. Okay, and there's something not quite right, because you are assuming always have 4 hours left for those 2 iterations. But when you look at this, from 8 o'clock starting, you set up 3 printers. 8:30 you set up another 3 printers. From 9 o'clock to 12:30 you are trying to clean up and pack. Okay, you only have what, how many half an hour you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Because 5 o'clock, people going home. The printer is still printing, but your operator is going home now. So at that point in time, you don't have anything produced. So you only have 14 half-hour slot. Okay, each half-hour slot, you can create 3 packs. That's the reason why you only have 42 packs. Or if I have a 1 hour lunch break in between, then I have 36. This is actually a balanced one when you bring it over here. Okay, why do I say it's balanced? Because you have 18 parts produced. Okay, this is assembly. Okay, clean and pack. And your actual print is 36. But that 36 is go all the way to 6 o'clock. So for a single person, 6 printer works well. Okay, but that's under assumption of how we operate these whole things. So the best way to understand or to do this sort of analysis, okay, is to actually create a slot and fill in the numbers and start thinking about that carefully, and it will start click. All right, thank you.